It is time for you to stop playing. Pay off your debt. Okay? Listen, you've been sitting for a while. You've been thinking about it. You've been carrying this burden that I promise you didn't even know that you were carrying. Okay? And now is the time to pay it off. We're not going to wait until next year. We are going to do it now. I'm Miranda Basin. I live a debt-free lifestyle and have been living one since 2021. And I want you to do the same. Now, it is a challenge because there are lifestyle changes that come with that, but I do want to tell you the process that I use to pay off my debt. So, I'm married. I have 4 children with my husband, and we use the Dave Ramsey baby steps. When you get a chance, look it up. There's 7 baby steps to achieve financial freedom. So one of early on in the baby steps is, I think it's step 2, pay off your debt. I think step one is an emergency fund. Step 2 is to pay off your debt, with the exception of your house. So I want you to pay off your debt. The method that Dave Ramsey uses is the Snowball method, where you pretty much organize your debt. You write everything down, all your balances, and you write them down from the smallest balance to the largest balance. Interest rates do not matter. A lot of financial experts will tell you that you should pay the one off first with the highest interest rate. I'm going to reverse that and tell you that from my experience, I think that you should pay off the one with the smallest balance first. And let me tell you why. I want you to change your behavior towards debt. And when I say change your behavior, like oftentimes, I know I was there. I had, we had about, I mean, people say it's not a lot of debt, but to me it was a lot. And it felt like a lot, but we had about 40 something $1,000 worth of debt that we paid off in 13 months. So in about a year. So, but let me tell you how we did it. So we started with the smallest balance. And what happens is when you pay off that first balance, you start to build momentum. You get this sense of accomplishment versus if you were to pay off the one with the highest interest rate, who knows how much that balance would be. You might be paying off on that thing forever, or it might feel like forever. So you start with the one with the smallest balance. Okay. And you pay that off, and then whatever payment that you were making on that one, you apply it to the next balance. And then you pay that off. And then whatever that payment was that you were making towards that one, you apply it to the next balance. And you keep, let me slow down a little bit because I get really excited. But you continue to pay the minimum balance on all the other ones. And then once you pay off one balance, you take that amount that you were paying on that one, and then you add it to the next payment. And you continue paying the minimum balances on the other one. And then you take that one. You get what I'm saying. If not, let me know in the comments and I'll clear it up. So we did that, and let me tell you what happened. Once we paid off all our balances, and the last balance that we had was the truck, and we ended up selling our truck to pay off that balance. But once you pay off that balance and you realize that you had no debt, like everything changes. For me, I didn't even realize how stressed I was because what would happen is I would get paid and then money would be flying out the account. Let me tell you, I loved shopping at Macy's. I loved shopping at Home Goods because I had the credit card and then regular credit cards. And I've been pretty good with money, but I was always taught if you should carry some debt, keep a low balance, all that stuff. But actually, what happens is when you have debt, especially if you're not using it responsibly, we're paying for a lot of things that we can't really afford. Now, what I was paying for was it's like the money would come in and then it would go straight out to the debt, to all the bills. So I was pretty much working to pay bills, and I felt like that. But once the debt was paid off, it's like this weight was lifted off me, and I was actually a little anxious for the first couple of months because I'm like, the money would come into my account. My only bill would be like mortgage and then, utilities and stuff. And be like, dang, there's nothing else. Like, got all this extra money. Wow, this is amazing. But it was a little bit stressful because I'm checking. I'm like, yeah, there's a zero balance here, zero balance here, zero balance there. Wow, I got to like it and I got to enjoy it. So that, I promise you, in some way, shape, or form, is holding you back and is holding you back financially. And I just want you to experience this freedom and this peace that I feel and have felt since 2021 when we first did it. And one thing that paying off debt and living this lifestyle has allowed us to do, it's allowed me to leave my job and be a full-time entrepreneur. Okay. I was getting ready to say something else. Full-time entrepreneur. Yes, because earlier I mentioned that my check was going towards paying off the debt. And once we didn't have that debt, the pressure, to make sure we could pay the bills and stuff subsided a lot. So of course, lifestyle changes have to be made because everything we do is cash. Vacations, cash. Events, cash. Groceries, cash. So it's definitely different. And then a lot of times we just have to say no to things like we haven't been on a vacation yet this summer because I'm like, well, we need a room that we're going to end up paying cash for like this. And we need a new car too that we need to be saving cash for. So, the lifestyle is definitely different, but the peace that I feel, the freedom that I feel is unmatched. So right now we drive two cars, two Toyotas. They're a little older, but they're paid for. And I just want to encourage you to try this lifestyle. Our credit scores are the best they've ever been because we did eliminate debt, but we do still have a mortgage, and that's the only debt that we have. So I use my life as an example because I'm hoping that I can reach you and that maybe you will decide to do the same and make that change and experience true financial peace. I am Miranda Basin, your financial money coach. If you have any questions or concerns, just drop a comment and I will be sure to respond to each and every one of them. I'm going to try. I'm new to this YouTube thing, but thank you for watching.